Hey guys, so there's kind of been a lot that's happened in the last, I don't know, month or so in terms of the cars. I think the last video I made, because I was kind of like beaten up over the fact, but hey, we win some, we lose some. I think had explained that the keyway in, where is it? I thought it was right here. Maybe I chucked it. Anyways, the Saab gears, just like a lot of them, they have a key on them, and then the cam gear has a keyway in it. So maybe I have the terminology backwards, but you get the gist. It's basically like a dowel, but that snapped on one of the gears. I don't know if I didn't tighten it down enough after I retimed it, or just some weird freak accident. I have no idea, but that's what happened. So the intake cam was off 180 degrees, just about, actually, not quite, but pretty far. So anyways, I had another head, the head that came out of this car originally, the 204. So basically the engine that's in there is the original 204 with a new head gasket, I think timing guides, I forget what I did, but new gaskets and a refresh head. So that car's all back together. But this is the head, so when I was trying to crank it, it was kind of starting, kind of not, but this is where we ended up. I don't have a flashlight to put behind it, but I'm pretty sure you can see the light through it. So the valves have come down and they're bent, so 3 and 4 are intake valves are beat up. So they just... there's no marks in the pit. Well, there were marks, but they were very, very light marks in the piston. Didn't even need to be sanded down or anything. So I think I had mentioned it before, but this is the head that was in there, the one that stamped the 93 that I could never get the water temp sensor to work. So in all honesty, I'm not really disappointed that this head is out of service. If we look at it, the service marks are like flush, so it couldn't have been redecked anymore anyways. So not particularly upset about the situation. Upset that I had to spend another $300 on getting the head refinished, but it is what it is. So in either case, the 900's all back together. It needs a couple things. We'll walk over there, but it needs a couple things. I need to put a filter together for it, and then I have to buy another blow-off valve. I bought what I thought was a forge. I guess I should have known. I paid almost forge money for it. I think it was like $105 or something like that. And I'm pretty sure that it's like a Chinese knockoff. So, oh, I think the hood might already be popped. Sorry, that was really close to my face. Sorry about that. So, here it is. I didn't bring the keys with me to start it, but there's two issues. One is the boost control solenoid is not controlling boost. When I have the line hooked up, it's running like base boost 4 or 5 pounds. So disconnect it. It's making all the boost. It's actually running pretty well. The tune that's in here was for the HX35, so it's running very rich, I'm sure. So, but it's all back together. I've actually been pretty happy with driving it around. It's pretty silent between the chains, like the chain and guide and all that, and then the refreshed head. It actually runs pretty smoothly, pretty quietly. So, but this is it. So, oh yeah, so here's what I'm assuming is a fake forge. So, I'm gonna have to replace that. I should have known when it came with blue vacuum hose that it was knockoff. But car's good. It runs. No drips, no leaks. Oil cooler is not leaking. I was kind of concerned about the O-rings. The engine is not leaking. There's a little bit of a weep from the power steering line that snakes back there. I'm sure I can just clamp it down a little bit tighter, but we'll get to that. But that's it. She's together. She runs. She's pretty happy. I'm gonna have to go through the suspension, I think, just make sure. There's like a couple clunks. It could need stanchion arms. I didn't really inspect them, but oh, look, here's some of that. some of that blue hose that came with it. So here we are. Everything's staying nice and clean, no leaks. Pretty happy with it so far. So I'll be bummed to sell it, but that being said, if anybody's interested in this convertible, I'm going to clean it up. I might even actually buff the paint, which anybody that knows me knows that I have taken a strong stance against cleaning the paint. So that would be like a big deal. So here we are. This is done. I've been driving it with actually with the top down a little bit with my daughter in there. She loves it. She was a little apprehensive at first, but got wind in her hair. She was super happy. So in either case, that's where we are. I have to build an intake for it. I'll do that today. Order the coupler, order the filter, and then that car is essentially done, aside from some really, really basic stuff. I think it needs sway bar links too, but I'm cleaning up. That's it. That's where we are. That's where we stand, and happy to have it done. All right, so it's been a little bit of a while, All right, so it's been a long time since I've done an update. I got the red car running, and then I just kind of pushed the 9.3 into the garage, and that was it. So earlier this morning, I got under it, and I lined up the engine. The rear mount wouldn't line up, and it was because I tightened everything down before lining everything up. So always remember, start your bolts before you tighten everything down. All fixed. So right now what I'm doing is I'm working on extending the wiring harness here a little bit. I've done the first three. I'm going to go and do and extend the last injector. I'm going to extend the idle control valve, and then I have to add the Corvette or the GM temp sensor so I can use it with the pipes. Once that's done, I'll be able to hook everything up here and hopefully get it started today. It still just has braking oil in it, but I'm hoping that today, after a couple hours here, we'll be able to start it. Probably just start it with the stock ECU just to get it going, and then work from there. But I know it's been forever, but I'm hoping that in the next couple weekends here, get this running. The toughest thing I think for me is going to be bleeding the clutch, because I've never done one of these before. Everybody makes it sound like it's super easy, but nothing ever is. So, but that's it. So I'll update as we go here. But as of right now, it's just sort of tinkering until I get things done, replacing vacuum hoses and stuff. But with any luck, we'll get it started today. By the way, this is Fallon. She's going to kill me for that. But anyways, I'll keep you updated. So today will be the wiring and then hoses and stuff, because that's not done. All right, so spent the last couple hours going through the wiring harness here. Please forgive me all that. It's all red wire. It's all that I had. But we're all done. Everything's cut, heat shrinked. I just got to wrap this guy up. But everything's extended so that I can run the harness under the manifold instead of over the top. I just think it's a cleaner look. That's how the 900 is, the convertible. So gonna do that with this. I don't know if it's gonna be running today. I feel like time just kind of gets away, but we're gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best. All right, so it's been a pretty productive day out here in the garage. I got pretty much everything in here. I'm really bad at talking through the stuff, but at this point it's really just connecting all the normal things. So I did do 288 hoses rather than the rubber hoses. Last time I ordered the 288 kit, I ordered the clamps that come with it, but they're really terrible. So I decided this time just to reuse the original spring clips, and I guess we'll see how those go. If for some reason, I have an issue with them, I'll just swap them out. But for the most part, I just reused the original spring clips. The wire harness is all lengthened. So ultimately, this is not how the wire harness is going to go. I usually lay the injectors over 90 degrees so that It's like more like that. I have to see though, because the injectors I got may not fit that way. So we'll see. See if I have to extend it more, see what's going on here. But I'm not super concerned. I may have to support the harness a little bit better so it's not hanging off. But that's it for now. I have the intercooler pipe that's up there that has to go around on the passenger side so I can plug in the temp sensor. This again is the GM, the Corvette one, the fast acting. So but that's pretty much it. Should start it tomorrow. Doesn't have any oil in it. I thought I'd be done early enough to run to AutoZone and get some oil to start it up and break it in. But it's kind of late. The day kind of got away from me. So that's where I am. Hopefully the next update you guys see will be wrapping it up and starting it up. But a pretty productive day. Again, all the 288 hoses in here, the wire harness is extended. Just a little couple little odds and ends. Like I lost this clip, of course. It's just been months, so gotta find the clip for that and zip everything up. But batteries in, battery cables are in, everything's all done. I took a whiz wheel to the grounds and the positives and stuff under the car, so everything's done there. I gotta get the fan on here, but I'll probably this still has no intercooler on it right now, so what I'll probably do is when I take it apart to do the intercooler, I'll take the radiator out and put the spout on it. All right, update time. I have everything together, although I don't have the intercooler piping on yet. I have everything else together. I just put this on so I could get the Corvette sensor in. But everything's in, coolant, wires, everything. It's full of oil. This engine, I've taken apart, so I gotta crank it a couple times to build some pressure, and then we'll be good. I'm gonna give it some cranks to build oil pressure, and then we'll give it a first start. So stay tuned. Everything's together, oil's in. I don't have it hooked up in the car yet, but I have the oil pressure gauge hooked up, so it's going right to the battery for ground and positive, and then the wire goes down to the sender that's in the back of the engine. But we're gonna give it some cranks, hopefully see the oil pressure go up a little bit, which will let me know that we're good to go to start it. That's it. So I'm gonna hand it over here, and we're just gonna see what happens. Cross your fingers, guys. Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah, all right, it's coming up. All right, good. She's nervous. So, crank sensor hooked back up, ignition cassette plugged in, and we're gonna give it a fire. I'm gonna give it a fire up this time. So, here's that. I'm gonna give you my phone too.
Okay. Yeah, a lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna get it fired up again. Did the oil pressure definitely move?
Yeah. Do you want to look at the video? Like where? I'm scared.
But it runs! Yay!
Yay!
You can get out of the water, sorry.
I'm just glad I didn't get.
I thought you would go over here where it wasn't so bad.
I didn't know where to go.
Yay! She runs! Yay, happy times. I have my garage back. So anyways, I'm gonna put the garage down because it covers the light. Here, watch out. Just so it doesn't squish you. I just wanted to not cover the light. I'll keep it up. There you go. That should be good. So we are good. 50 pounds of pressure at idle. Cold idle anyways. So I just have to let it idle for a little bit. I'm going to put the downpipe on. Get it going. Make sure it doesn't have any big obvious leaks. And that's it. Yay! Little victories. All right, so this one will be, I do have to still bleed the clutch and stuff. I don't know how to do it, so I have to read how to do that, which means I'm probably gonna have to take some of this stuff apart again, but not a big deal. But I also don't want to run it with the exhaust wide open because I can't hear if there's anything wrong with the engine. See if I messed anything up. But it runs. Happy times here. Woo! All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying through this. I don't know. Let me know you're watching, I guess. Just give me like a high five or something in the comments. Let me know you're watching. God, it's exciting. This car's been sitting forever. I think almost a year. I feel like I bought it right when the pandemic started, and then it sat for a little while. And then I started swapping engines, I think around July. So this car hasn't run, I think, since last June or July, because I took the engine out of it and put it in the 900. So happy to have it back together. Well, enough to run. Woo! Yeah.